back to my channel, Sharp Designs by Lakeisha, where I am designing my way through life and inspiring you to do the same. So today I am going to set up 2 balloon garlands for a baby shower. And I wasn't gonna vlog this because I've already actually done one of the balloon garlands. But I was inspired to talk to you guys about pricing today due to something that recently happened to me. I mean, it's nothing terrible, but it's just, anyway, let's just get into the talk. So I am about to start creating the second balloon garland for the shower, and I figured we could just do like a sit down talk while I work, and I'll be explaining things in between, and then I'll go ahead and just bring you guys along with me to set up these 2 balloon garlands for this shower. I won't be using any poles today because I'm not going back. This is just a balloon garland set up, drop off, leave. So yeah, but before we jump into our little talk, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the base of the garland for you guys. I'm gonna start off with, well, first let me show you guys the one that I've already made. You'll see more of this at the venue when we set it up today. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just bring you guys along because babe is coming and I should have more than enough time to break things down for you guys today. This is what I'm about to tackle over here, and this is my stuff from yesterday that you should have already seen the vlog for. If you haven't seen the vlog for this baby shower, then be sure to check it out. And then we're gonna go ahead and jump into today's vlog. We're gonna start off with our base. The colors are coral, peach, and she said cream or ivory and gold. I'm gonna get us started with the balloon garland, and then we're gonna jump into pricing. So I have my cluster, and I am using my fishing line today. I've actually fallen back in love with fishing line, you guys. When I was making a balloon garland for the baby shower that I had yesterday, you guys should see that vlog first. I actually had a balloon pop while we were in transportation. I heard it as soon as I shut the doors on the U-Haul, and when we got there, it was okay. Like, the balloon garland didn't start coming apart very bad like it normally does when I use my balloon strings. So I was like, okay, maybe I do like my fishing line better. So yeah, that's what I'm using today, guys. All right, so now that I have the knot tied and it's hanging from the string. Ooh. I hope I blew up enough balloons, but we'll see. If I need more, I'll figure that out when the time comes, because I'll have 2 hours to set up when I get there. So whatever I don't finish now, I'll be finishing then. And I have about an hour and a half before I need to leave, so you guys can see. You guys can just kind of watch as I work, and I'll explain some things as I go along. So what I did was my cluster at first, you guys saw, and then I did my figure 8 to attach this one, and I'm gonna do another one so you guys can see how I am attaching it. I'm taking, first of all my balloons are blown up, and they have been tied in pairs together like this. And so what I do after that, while I'm blowing them up before I tie the knot, to get this more round shape instead of the egg shape, first of all, I see a lot of people make the mistake, they blow the balloons all the way up to capacity, thinking it's probably gonna make them use less balloons. But what it does is, to me, give the balloon like a coney shape. So coming from this part, you see this cone, which causes the gaps in the balloon garlands, and I hate how that looks. So if you would like them to be a little more round, before you tie the knot on your balloon, you blow it up, just give it a press against your chest. I always use my boob. Give it a press against your chest and let some of that air out, release, and as you're pushing, the balloon forms this nice round shape. I let some of the air out, tie them in 2s, and then now I'm gonna attach it. So what I do is I take my new pair cluster and I press it in between an existing one. So as you can see, it kind of makes like a cross. And then I'm gonna take my string, which should be centered here. I don't know if you guys can see it because it's clear. I go over the new balloon, and then I bring it back around one of the existing balloons, and I'm making a figure 8. I'm coming back up, back to the center where I started. I give it a slight pull, and sometimes I like to just wrap it around the one that I originally went around for good measure. Here. So I'm gonna go around this new one. curving back around the middle. I'm coming back up like a figure 8 around an existing one. I'm gonna loop around again for good measure after giving it a slight pull to make sure it's in place how I want. And as you can see, so what I'm trying to do is avoid this one being by itself down here on the bottom. So I'm gonna work my way back down to the bottom, and when I work my way to another area, all I do is tie the string around, loop it with the direction I'm going, and come back where I was. So I'm gonna take this one here, put that there, making my figure 8. I don't like this, guys. I don't like this. I'm gonna start over. How about that? Okay guys, in fact, I didn't like how that was looking, so I cut the string off and I started back over without the coral being there just yet. But let's jump into pricing. So guys, a lot of you guys ask me about pricing all the time, and I've been meaning to get around to a video. I just really have not had the time to just do a sit down because I'm always making stuff for events, and I've just been really busy. We have a lot going on that I'll share more with later in one of our family vlogs. But pricing. So how I do my pricing is I have a set price list to originally start off, and for that price list, I'm trying to think of the easiest way to break this down, because ultimately your price is going to be whatever you want it to be. No one can determine your price. But I mean, to be honest, when I was planning my daughter's birthday party, I was quoted $1,200 for a balloon garland, and this was a reputable company here in Atlanta. And I mean, I wasn't going to pay $1,200 for balloons, but people are out here making their own prices, so you figure out what yours is and you go for it. It just depends on how much skill you think you have, once you have experience, how much you want to add on, you know, because your prices are going to go up. You can't stay stagnant. You know, you got to have a cost of increase, honey. So pretty much the way I do it, that way you guys will know, is first of all, I have a price list, which is a set price list for me. It's about average, which should balance out regardless of the color or anything like that, right? And then from my price list, you have to set parameters. So you want to say, am I going to charge per square foot, which I don't do, or am I going to charge? What I do is I basically take the average total that I normally spend on balloons, and I don't buy extremely cheap balloons. For most of the times, like when I do my YouTube vlogs with you guys, I'll buy some like random brands off of Amazon just to try them out, and I haven't had any issues with any of the brands that I have tried. But just to be on the safe side, because I do like to make my balloon garlands prior to the event and I deliver it already put together, I just like to make sure that I am using quality balloons because I don't want them popping on me, right? So I typically love Qualatex balloons, but this is just, it's all over my head, which is why I haven't done the video. So to make this make sense, I have my set price, and then in that price I say, okay, standard balloon garland or a large balloon garland, which is where I start adding in a bunch of different sizes and stuff like that, right? I have my average prices for those based off of the size. So I say this balloon garland will be 10 to 12 feet on average for a balloon garland. And then from that, you have the option to choose up to 3 colors for this balloon garland. And the reason I do that is because I learned my lesson. I had an event where there were like, it's basically rainbow was going on in the darn garland, and I did not price correctly. So I had to buy all these different colors because I couldn't just buy, like, you know how you can buy a standard pack of balloons that has rainbow in it. I couldn't do that because of the size of the balloon garland, and then the pack didn't have all the colors because it wasn't regular rainbow colors. It was like a regular blue, and then a light blue, and then a red, a green, a yellow. It was like all these different colors, and I was like, oh crap, I have to buy way more balloons than I actually anticipated. Let me kick my 5 inches over here, 1 second. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I learned my lesson because I had to buy all these colors, and by the time I purchased all those colors individually, because also keep in mind, when you buy the packs of balloons, you don't normally get a whole lot. You may get a whole lot of blue, but then only 5 red. So, you know, I didn't want to be in that situation. So I ended up ordering single packs of all the colors separately, and I ended up spending huge chunk, guys. It was a lot of balloons. And I said, okay, so going forward, I will need to have a set amount of colors, and then any color after that, I will charge $10. And that'll cover at least, you know, majority of me buying a pack of balloons. So that's how I do my balloon garlands. I have a set price that is based off of what I typically spend for balloons plus labor. And then on top of that, guys, if you want to be able to do your balloons prior to setting up, you need to also make sure you say that this price does not include delivery, because that is another thing. Like for me, example, I rent a U-Haul truck, which is $19.95 a day. Then I have to pay for mileage. So I normally eat the price of the truck with the delivery, and then I charge per mile is what I do. And so you have to consider, you have to basically, what you should do to get your price list together, because I mean, we're all in different area codes, right? So basically what you need to do is sit down, write a list of all your supplies that you need to do the balloon garland. Total all that stuff out. Make sure you include delivery if you're not going to be creating your balloon garlands on site. And figure out what your price is. I mean, it's just a number you have to determine for you. Nobody can determine your price. And let me tell you, another reason I want to make sure you guys know that nobody will determine your price is because I ended up on YouTube, or deciding to create my channel, not only because I love to create things, but also because when you first come out, it's like you have to be able to show your work. People have to know what they're paying for. If you're gonna charge somebody $2,500 to do a baby shower for your fee, not including a lot of things, you know, you have to be able to show your work. And a lot of times when we first start out, we're so eager to do the work that we'll sometimes sell ourselves short. We're taking any type of prices just because we want to be able to get the work, to get the experience, which I think is okay at first, because I feel like everybody has to do that. But yeah, so we all start off, because I know even me, I started off, my prices were literally crackhead prices, and I was just so excited to be working. But at some point you have to realize that you'll start to attract those customers. They're going to say, oh, she did it for me for this price. And then everybody's coming at you telling you, oh, I want all of this for $150. And believe me, I get some of the craziest messages about what people want to and don't want to spend. It's crazy, but I wanted to go ahead and say all this because I don't want anybody to get discouraged. As long as you believe in you and your brand and what you're doing, that's all that matters. And if you feel like you deserve $1 million for putting a balloon garland in because you are just that good, you charge that $1 million. Somebody will pay it. And when that one person pays it, you're set for the year. You're set for a few years. So you might not have to do no balloon garlands. You'll be doing the balloon garlands of balloon garlands. How about that? But I just wanted to kind of give you guys a pep talk because, oh, I had mentioned it to you guys. I ended up on YouTube mainly because when I first started out, of course, I was doing things for a little. Y'all want to see what I've done so far? All of this has been done when we've been talking. I started off doing things, of course, for a cheaper price to try to get myself out there. And it became a point where I felt like I was being taken advantage of. And so I was like, okay, I think I love to create. So let me start a YouTube channel. And I could do it on my own time. I put videos when I want to put videos. It's not on anybody else's rules. So that's what I did, and I love this journey I'm on with YouTube. I've met so many of you guys, not physically, but virtually. I have so many people that I've met along the way, and I love it. So work out your price, guys. Don't let nobody tell you what your price is. It's your price, and you stick with it, and you'll get people that will find your worth and will pay for it. Because even recently, it doesn't seem like I've been, I don't know if you guys actually care or not, but it doesn't seem like I've been extremely busy. I haven't been feeling like extremely busy. That's because I choose wisely what I want to do. It's my time. I have a daughter now, so I don't have time to be playing with you in these $150 parties. Like, no, I can't do your party for $300. I'm sorry. And as trifling as it may sound to some people, I just don't have the time for it, because by the time I put all my time and energy into making all this stuff for you, I've lost countless hours with my daughter, my family, things that I want to do, and you know, mama gotta have a life too. So I know this wasn't a planned talk with you guys. It was kind of all over the place, but I hope that it helps you guys out, right? So what I'll do for this video, since it wasn't planned and it was kind of all over the place, is if you guys have any questions about pricing that I may not have rambled in this now probably 15-minute talk, just comment below. I'll try to respond to as many of them as I can. So I'm about to wrap up making this balloon garland. And if this is your first time to my channel, then I do have balloon garland tutorials that go a lot further in depth as far as how to make them, so be sure to check one of those out. I'm gonna finish this up, get it loaded in the truck, and I'll see you guys on location to hang up these 2 balloon garlands with me and see the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe if you have not, and make sure you share. And tell them to go ahead and join the family, guys. I will see you guys on the next. I'll see you guys at the location, but I don't know if I'll have time to do an intro because I'm normally pretty sweaty and I'm not gonna want to come back on this video looking crazy. But see you guys.